Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Starting Line. I'm your host, Sarah Allen. With less than 6 weeks left in the regular session, the Minnesota House of Representatives is getting closer to the finish line. This week, many omnibus bills were heard in committee, including the Omnibus Health and Human Services Finance Bill and the Omnibus Public Safety Finance Bill.
I'll move House File 724.
This week's Starting in Line looks at House File 1670, a bill that appropriates money for Minnesotans looking to start a business and for small businesses needing some help to expand. Representative Bob Gunther sponsors the bill. Gunther, a businessman from Fairmont, is serving his 10th term in the Minnesota House of Representatives. He represents District 23A. Thank you, Representative Gunther, for joining us and talking to us about your bill, a bill that appropriates money for entrepreneurs. And I know you want to start off by telling us a little bit of the history of the bill.
I certainly would love to. Thank you for asking me to be here. It's a pleasure being here. It's House File 1670 is about a fifth or sixth year. We had it in Blue Earth County, Faribault County, and Martin County. And presently it's just in Martin County and Faribault County because they had a contract with another economic developer. But it has shown results that are increasing every year. And then we merged with the Small Business Development Center, a branch of DEED. And they both do kind of the same thing, but it's different enough that they enhance each other tremendously. And we thought that maybe we should try it in a bigger area than just those few counties and go for 9. And then if we're successful in 9, as this has been in 2, we should go statewide with it because it is nothing but a job producer and it makes businessmen. It creates taxpayers.
Are there any personal stories you can share with us of businesses that were helped out?
I asked them to give me a couple. And the Regional Center for Entrepreneurial Facilitation in Martin County, which is a smaller county than Blue Earth County, they said Frozen Yogurt Creations opened a new store in St. Cloud with 8 employees. Now here's one that started in Fairmont. They're now in St. Cloud. House of Hope Residential Addiction Treatment Center, ahead of the plan on occupancy, needs to find more qualified workers. They have 49 employees. You know, what a great thing. They're doing good work for society, plus they're employing people. And then Summer Outdoors, a bait shop in Fairmont. We have 5 wonderful lakes in Fairmont, so anybody wants to go catch fish, come see me. Summer Outdoor Bait Shop in Fairmont took over a bait shop in March 2012, and they're going well. They now employ 5 people. This will be 1 person. It's phenomenal, the things that they can do with an organization like this that takes time to have communities grow. And I think this is going to be able to work as well in the metro area as it does in greater Minnesota. We have small business development centers. My dream is to have these 2 work together throughout the whole state. Because if they can show the results statewide, as we showed in 2 counties, and we hope to, if we can get this bill to pass, show in 9, I think we're going to be in for a big, big boom in jobs and people starting their own business, and I think it's exciting.
What are the hurdles to getting your bill passed?
I was the chairman of this committee before. Tim Mahoney is now, and Tim Mahoney is a great friend of mine. He's not doing this out of spite or because I'm a Republican. He's a Democrat at all. He has dreams of what he wants to spend the money for. And we're asking for $700,000 and some over 2 years. I think if we can find money when we go into conference committee, just like I said, nothing's ever done until they say sine die here. Mm-hmm. Well, if they can find some money in the conference committee, we'll likely fund this program because we have Senator Sparks carrying this in the Senate. He's very persuasive. He is a chairman of Economic Development Committee over there with Thomasoni, and I think it might work.
So right now, it hasn't received a hearing, so it's not in the omnibus bill. So you're hoping, once that omnibus bill gets to conference committee, if there's money found, it'll be included in that bill?
That's exactly right. Or we might juggle some money around. They do fun things and funny things in conference committees. And I'm looking forward to hopefully even being on this one, being the lead Republican, and in the Jobs Committee in the House, I might make it.
All right. Well, I guess we're going to have to wait and see.
I'll look forward to it.
Stay tuned. Is there anything you'd like to add?
Well, I think I got to give everybody credit for what they've done this year. And the governor certainly came up with a good amount of money for economic development and jobs. That hasn't happened in the last 5 years. So I, like all my predecessors, and the Democrats would be able to say to me, I'm sorry to tell you, Representative Gunther, this is another jobless jobs bill. Well, we can't say that this year because of the efforts the governor and others have made.
Well, thank you so much for sitting down and talking to us about your bill.
It's been my pleasure.
Let's track House File 1670 through the legislative process. It's had its introduction and first reading. It was referred to the Jobs and Economic Development, Finance, and Policy Committee. And as we heard from Representative Gunther, we're really going to have to wait and see what happens to this bill. We have an update on a bill featured on Starting Line. As you may recall, Representative Jerry Newton is the sponsor of House File 31, a bill that would increase state reimbursement for reduced-price school lunch meals and would appropriate money. Before the Omnibus Education Finance Bill was passed out of the Education Finance Committee, Representative Newton offered an amendment to the omnibus bill stating a school district must provide a free lunch to any reduced-price eligible student if that student or his family indicated they did not have the money to pay for lunch. The amendment did not appropriate money. Although the amendment failed in the House committee, House File 31 language is included in the Senate Omnibus K-12 bill, so it's hard to tell the bill's future at this point, but let's just say as long as the lawmakers are in session, the language is still on the menu. You can learn more about this bill and other bills through our online news service, Session Daily. This nonpartisan news source employs a staff of professional writers, editors, and photographers that provide you with in-depth coverage of the Minnesota House of Representatives. You can also watch live coverage of committee and floor action on House TV. To see past bills featured on Starting Line, go to www.youtube.com/MNHouseInfo and click on the Starting Line playlist. Coming up next week, Starting Line will feature a different bill and look to see if there's been any movement on Representative Gunther's bill or other bills we have highlighted. And remember, thousands of bills get introduced every legislative session in Minnesota. All of them first have to cross the starting line.